What's good, YouTube? And if you're seeing this, that means you have made it to another KJ recap video, which means we've reached the end of another amazing anime season. And this time, honestly, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I gotta switch it up just a little bit because there are some shows that I do want to actually talk about, dive into, dwell on, and whatnot. But there's some shows I don't have that much to say for, to be honest with you. So what we're gonna do, some shows will simply be, I'll maybe just talk about what they excel in, maybe talk about like a highlight of the season, just what they do good in this medium type thing, you know? And then some shows, yeah, we'll do the classic normal old recap for them. But yeah, enough yap for me. As much as we had the season of love and romance, we had a lot of hype moments in this season as well. So let's get into it. Alright, and we're kicking things off with my personal favorite of the season, To Be Hero X, which, as the title says, is a story about a bunch of heroes trying to become X. At least on the surface, because behind closed doors, in those dark places nobody ever really wants to go, fear is always growing. Damn, that sounded kind of poetic, huh? Now, see, I am a little bit biased with To Be Hero, simply because this show, I mean, we had it from April till now, which is kind of crazy, and it somehow managed to keep me entertained from April to September, you know, which is insane. Every single episode. I mean, every single episode. Because as hype as the show is, with the fights and whatnot, we also have characters like Nice and Cyan, whose stories are just basically tragedies, you know? We have Yangqing, who we see turn from someone so hopeful to someone who's just getting manipulated and used like a puppet. We have Ling Ling, Queen, the two people who show us that change can actually maybe be done in this world. And then we find out that they're also just kind of getting manipulated and used like puppets, you know? It's sad. And then we see X, the current X, the only one who's actually really free. You know, the only one in the whole Hero Commission who actually has some sense of freedom. The only one that can lead the change, I feel. And, you know, I skipped over some heroes, but I just truly want to talk about that last episode. The last episode of To Be Hero. Because that little replay that X gives us, where we see all the hero stories connect, that was beautiful. That was what this was all about, you know? That's what this first season was truly all about. Just connecting us and showing us this group of characters who, although have their own stories, they are all sadly intertwined into this bigger plot that, as we found out, it looks like X was the only one that truly knew. I guess Dragon Boy as well. But it looks like X is the only one that truly knew everything that was going on behind the scenes and whatnot. And actually, while I'm talking about this scene, we also gotta talk about some drama here, because I've been seeing the discourse about Ghostblade and Moon. And while I wish, I hope that you guys' theory is right, because it did look like Ghostblade was coming in there. I do think that the only way to fully prove my theory right is if that it just needed to transition to the ruins, right? Because you see Ghostblade coming in to fight Isol right there when Moon dies, but in the context of things, it's in that same scene that I was talking about earlier, the scene of X talking about how everyone's story is intertwined, and the way that Yangqing is tied to Ghostblade was their fight in the ruins, which also had Johnny, which, as the next scene, literally right after Ghostblade and Isla go, we see what happened to Johnny's dad. So I think that was really just kind of showing how everyone was connected. I don't think Ghostblade actually showed up there, but I see how that can be made as a theory. I do see that theory holds a lot of weight. I get it. But yeah, I just really don't think that's what happened there. I just think they didn't want to spend the 2 seconds to change the fucking background to the ruins for no reason. So yeah. But yeah, this show, amazing. Beautiful things. I can't wait until we get season 2. And honestly, who knows? Maybe we'll figure out about this Ghostblade Moon stuff in season 2, you know? We just have to wait for when the Donghuas decide to take over the anime season again, and let's just really hope that's late 2026. Please be late 2026. Alright, and while we're on the Donghua train, I feel like I'd be a villain if I didn't put these back to back. So now we're going to be talking about Lord of the Mysteries. The life of Klein Moretti. And man, it's in a fucking wild one, man. Now, the only thing I knew about this show before going in was that this series is long. I knew it was long. I have friends that read the light novel, and they just told me how many words are in that thing. So, when the anime came out and I saw we were getting 30-minute episodes, I really wasn't surprised. I'm actually surprised it wasn't 45 minutes, to be honest. But 30 minutes an episode. And when I tell you, every single episode, banger. Just pure banger. The animation, the Beyonder abilities, the great fog scenes, and that last fucking episode. All of it, great. Klein has lived one hell of a life, man. The original Klein and the new Klein. And first off, I have to get my RIPs out of the way. To the big homie Neil, you will be missed. To the captain, you really will be fucking missed. And to that one guy that the captain ate, I forgot your name, but you know, he was on the front lines, so I feel like I have to bring him up as well. And look, the drama with Lord of the Mysteries was everyone at the beginning when this show had 2 episodes, everyone was confused, which it's called Lord of the Mysteries, and we're 2 episodes in. We were 2 episodes into a mystery. I think the confusion's kind of what's supposed to happen, you know? There's some, even this first season's over, I'm left with so many more questions than I have answers. That's what a mystery does, you know? That's kind of the point of the series, I'm pretty sure. So to see that being a complaint, what are we doing, guys? But yeah, anyways, Lord of the Mysteries, I really can't talk about it too much because anything I say is a spoiler. And as much as I would love to just go in and talk spoilers, I may make a separate video on Lord of the Mysteries, so I kind of want to keep it short and compact, to be honest with you. But they have announced that we will be getting Lord of the Mysteries content till 2035, so we will be for sure talking about this more times than just this video. So yeah, I understand why people hate the Beyonders, but you gotta put some respect on the fucking Nighthawks, man. On to the next. Now it's time to get into the romance, starting off with one of my favorite anime couples, Mai and Sakata. Now to start, the first PSA, there is some movies that you had to have watched before this season. And the season came out without those movies being fully available. I'm pretty sure it was when we were 2 episodes in, or maybe after the first episode, that Crunchy went and dropped all the movies on Crunchy. So right now, if you haven't seen any of those movies, please go get that out of the way. They are all great movies. They are all very crucial to the plot. So I do think you should go watch those before that. And then once you do watch those and you come back, you'll see that this season is titled Rascal Does Not Dream of a Santa Claus. And then you'll be as terrified as I was going into this, because spending Christmas with Mai and Sakata, it's not a good thing. I don't like it. It's a very scary time that we'd honestly just like to stay inside and avoid. But Mai, she's a soldier. She's a soldier and she wants to live her life, so we're gonna let her live that life. And we just gotta hope that Sakata will be there to protect her, which is exactly what he worked so hard to do this season, honestly. Now, while protecting her, we may have women confessing to us and falling in love with us and whatnot, but that's all irrelevant, you know? None of that's important. It's about the main goal, protecting Mai here. No, but on a serious note, just being the Rascal fan that I am, this season was like just honestly so sad for me. Like seeing Kaede go to work, or just seeing her leave the house, just telling Sakura like she'd be back later. I'm tearing up every single time, man, because that's not the Kaede the Kaede that I've seen work so hard to get to that point is finally here, you know? And that shit hits. I've seen her work so hard to get to that point. It's like watching my own little sister grow up type thing. And then we have Mai, and she's just randomly popping up throughout the season. Love that. She's popping up, pick Sakura up. She's popping up at the house. You know, we're gonna eat together type shit. And as non-lovey-dovey as these two are, as much as Sakura would want to be non-lovey-dovey as they are, that is their version of lovey-dovey, you know? So every time we get those scenes, I love it. Eat that shit up. And then just the dynamic of them actually they're living their own lives, you know? Yes, we are a couple, but we are both doing our own things, which is very realistic, you know? You're not with your partner 24/7. So just as you see, Mai is a big time celebrity. That comes with being very busy. So when you see Sakura bragging about her, you know, or when we see her making time out of her busy schedule for him, it just feels like all that much more real. And that's something that Rascal really specializes in, I feel like. As fictional and wild as puberty syndrome is, we are seeing these very real people go through it. And sometimes you're struggling with if they even want to change it, you know? So that's what Rascal truly specializes in for me. I think this season did that great. And really just reminded me why I love this show. Why this show is a top 5 romance for me. And I don't think it'll be falling out of that. But yeah, this was more just a PSA. Go watch those movies. Then go watch this season. Because I feel like if you're not a Rascal fan, you for sure probably haven't seen all those movies. So I just really want to spread that word. But the story of Toko Kirishima this season was also really beautiful. But maybe we'll talk about that in another video. On to the next. Yeah, you've probably seen a clip of that with your favorite anime character somewhere out there. Because yeah, that's right. She's even starting trends in real life. The best girl she's fucking back, man. Let's all give a round of applause for Marin Kitagawa. And when I tell you Cloverworks is gonna do her right every time, I mean that shit, dude. Like literally anytime she is on screen, whether it be little chibi Marin or whether it be normal Marin, it's insane how much they love her, and I'm happy they do, because they should, you know. Now overall for this season, I really don't have much to say. Marin was adorable, Gojo was oblivious, cosplays were fire, animation was great, story still good. I'm pretty sure that checks all the boxes, you know? I don't think we really have much to talk about here. Only question now is, when will we be getting that next season? And let's hope it's soon. But yeah, on to the next. And now to take you guys from the heights of peak romance to a couple of Cuckoos and Watari-kun's about to collapse. Now let's get into the mid romances, okay? And I'll start with a couple of Cuckoos, because a couple of Cuckoos let me down. I didn't think couple of Cuckoos was going to be a mid romance. The first season of couple of Cuckoos, there were signs, for sure. There were hints that we could go downhill. But it was a romance with a twist. It was something different. It was different-ish, I guess you could say. So I thought we could do something here that maybe hasn't been done before, so I'll stick around for season 2. And now I'm in season 2, and honestly, we're not even using that plot anymore. We don't even care about the baby switch anymore. I feel like it's not even really that important, because now we have a new girl that we're introducing, and it's all about her. And this can't be a thing. Watari-kun, it did this too as well. We can't be introducing another girl so late in the season. Now, couple of Cuckoos, they did it. I had a whole season of main build-up with our main cast before this other girl came in. So as much as I still yawn when I see her because we already have 3 girls, I don't need you. I still understand it, you know, it makes sense. Watari-kun, on the other hand, I'm 6 episodes in and you're introducing another girl. Stop it. Fucking stop it, please. I don't care. I can't bring myself to care about it because it's like a why are you even here thing. You should have been introduced in the first 5, or else just leave. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. In a couple of Cuckoos case, she's insane. She's a cuckoo. She is a cuckoo. It's actually insane. But yeah, honestly, I was just sad, disappointed in both of these shows. I didn't expect much from Watari-kun, honestly, so I can't say I was that disappointed in that. But a couple of Cuckoos really let me fucking down, man. I'm still going to stick with it for 1 more season. Just because, like I said, there is potential there. I just hope it's shown off very, very soon. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I need some shit to shake. As for Watari, it's just, we're doing generic romance, and we're not doing generic romance to the best of our ability. And I feel like if we're going to do generic romance, it has to be done to the best of our ability, or else I just really don't care. You can't just make the girl more forward and expect that to be more different, you know? I don't care about that. It's cool. Some shit actually happens now because, you know, the girl's actually gonna make some stuff happen, but like, besides that, it's not like it's anything different. Still pretty mid. Let's get out of here. It's my favorite time. It's Dandadan time. And it's the second half, and you know, it was indeed worth the wait. But it really was never a question on if it was gonna be worth the wait or not. Like, Science Saru is doing us justice, man. And I have no doubt in my mind that they will continue to do us justice. Unless we get a director change at some point, I would be a little scared at that point, but I still don't think it'd be that bad. But for now, like, we're doing just fine. And for this Evil Eye arc, it was insane, honestly. Literally, anytime I saw Evil Eye on screen, animation was just going up. Anytime he's fighting, animation's going up. I will say it again. I think I've said it in literally all of my Dandadan videos so far. If you would have told me 3-4 years ago that we would be getting an anime adaptation this good, I simply wouldn't fucking believe you. I wouldn't believe you, man, but we actually are, and it's beautiful, and I'm just loving it. Like, I watched the first 3 episodes of the season in theaters, and that 4th episode was still fucking insane. That 4th episode still showing everything I saw in theaters. I wish I saw that 4th episode on the big screen. It was so just Science Saru. Keep it up. Keep up what you're doing. We love you guys. I don't know if they're saying it enough, but I hope I'm saying it enough. We fucking love you guys. You know? Pure greatness. That's all I can say. And then Kenta arrives, just to give us this pure mech Power Rangers greatness. Last episode's not out yet, but I'm assuming we're gonna see Vamola at the end of the season. Maybe like literally the last scene, we'll probably see Vamola. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I just not realized they're gonna end it with the kiss scene, aren't they? They're gonna end it on the kiss scene, and I'm gonna have to defend Vamola like the knight that I am. This is gonna be... I'm prepared for it, man. I'm prepared for it. The invasion arc's coming. I hope you guys are prepared for that. I do think the invasion arc is when, like, you've already seen Dandadan everywhere, kind of, but when that invasion arc drops, I do think that's over. That's when we fully take over the internet, and you guys won't stop hearing about Dandadan. I'll be there for it. I hope you guys will be too. On to the next. And next up, we have Yaoi. Wild, huh? I'm usually, like, only talking about Yuri. But this season, we got some horror Yaoi, and it's one I've been hearing about for a while, so I had to check it out. And honestly, this was really good. It started off, it was giving me summertime rendering vibes, but with the other spirits being out and about, that, like, really switched things up. It was able to keep me on that uneasiness feeling for, like, the whole season, you know? And the story is just enticing as well. Like by episode 7, I went from wanting Yoshiki to get rid of this Hikaru because we don't know what the fuck this thing is. Like by episode 7, I was just kind of fine. I was like, oh yeah, he's just kind of chill, I guess. You know, yes, he just be gay together. It's kind of cool. I'm fine with it as long as he's not killing other people. You know. I just like it's like all that unease I felt just went away. I was cool with them, but it also makes me sad because this show is proof that horror in anime can be done well. So now the question is, why can't anyone get Junji Ito's work done right? That's my question. If horror can be done well, why can't we do Junji Ito justice? That's all I want to know. But yeah, Hikaru, go watch some yaoi if that is what you're into, or if you just like horror. This is also pretty good as well. I give it a 8 out of 10. On to the next. Never Let Go Forever. Another manga being done justice in anime form. Gachiakuta, man. And this is one I've been waiting on for a while. So finally seeing it was just truly a spectacle, man. Because first off, let's talk about the music. Because if you've only watched the anime, you know, and you've done like no outside research outside of that, then yes, you know the OP's cool. OP's cool. Got the little CGI visuals and whatnot. Song bangs. But I need you to fully go on Spotify and listen to Hugs by Pill Dust. Because that song is like 3 songs in one, man. From the OP alone, you do not get the full justice of that song. That song is fucking beautiful, man. And then we have Lotus Juice on some tracks as well. And yes, Lotus Juice. I need Lotus Juice. He's here. And like, you hear him in the first episode. It's not like the full track, but you hear him in the background rapping on the first episode. And when I heard that shit, I was like, yo, Gachiakuta is in good hands. I have nothing to worry about, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure we're doing fine. And then we get to see the vital instruments. We get to see Rio, get to see Engine, Jabber. It's all just done so well. I like what I'm seeing. We haven't even reached the peak parts of Gachiakuta yet. So once we get there, man, it's going to be hyped. I see a lot of people worried because this is one that's not being talked about as much. I do think in a season of... We had 2 banger Donghuas, and then besides that, it's really the season of pure romance, you know? So the Donghuas kind of did take over, media-wise. That's what's being talked about right now. But let season 2 of Gachiakuta hit, or let... I don't know if it's going to be 12 or 24. Let the second 12... start coming out, I say, and that's when things will for sure start being talked about here. But yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think at the time of me making this video, Amo isn't out, but I think the next episode should have Amo, so we're only going up from here. We're only going up from here, man. Now we have Grand Blue Season 2. And I actually don't know what to say here. I don't know what I'm allowed to say here. You know, I love Grand Blue. I love it. It is, in my opinion, one of the funniest anime out there. But if I talked about the things that happen in Grand Blue, or if I was to bring up the misunderstandings that happen in this show, I do think I may end up on an FBI list somewhere. So to avoid ending up like Kohei, I think we have to keep this one short. I'm not gonna lie. There's very few things I can talk about in this show that, without context, don't make me seem like the weird one, you know? I promise you, it's these guys that are the weird ones. It's not me. If these guys weren't so weird, I'd love to be able to talk to you about all the things that happen in Grand Blue. But I can't. Just know that this show is surely hilarious. And now there's 2 seasons for you to watch, so you can go and do that. And then you too will not be able to freely talk about this to your friends, because that's what Grand Blue is. It is a show you have to keep to yourself. You have to laugh about this to yourself. But it is such a good fucking laugh, man. Nazuna is back. And Creepy Nuts is also back, which is insane, by the way. And I hope they continue to keep coming back, because this season, great. Creepy Nuts being on the OP during the first season was just a surprise for me. It was a banger OP, so then them coming back a second time with potential for them to come back a third, I just love it, man. I really love it. But yeah, we learned a lot this season. This season was learning about the past. A lot of core members' past was revealed. And we learned a lot about Nazuna and Kyoko's past as well. And that was insane. As a non-manga reader, I was not expecting that plot development at all. That came as a real shock to me. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. And we also got a goddamn kiss, man. So yeah, I think that sounds like a perfect season to me. You know, having to watch that back. You guys know I recently turned 25. 25-year-old man now. So having to watch that back, it was tough. It was real tough. I'm not gonna lie. But how can you blame? It's vampires. The show has vampires. What am I supposed to say? It's a romance with vampires in it, and it's at night, and the sky always looks cool. How can you blame me? You can't blame me. Okay, when I say Saka, you say Moto. Saka. And I really hope you guys are actually saying it and I don't just look dumb. But Sakamoto Days has made the comeback of a lifetime anime-wise, man. Because season 1, for me, wasn't like terrible, get it away from me. But a lot of people felt that way about season 1. So when this second half came out, and just from the OP alone, you were able to see the amount of love put into this season, I knew, okay, we could do it. We could do it. It's just we didn't want to do it, which I don't understand yet, but it's cool. I guess it's season 1. Besides Hard Boiled, season 1 could have really been trash animation. But still, if that's the case, then the Hard Boiled fight should have been very, like, we should have upped the animation there at least to show us, hey, we do care. But it's fine anyways. But yeah, to be perfectly honest, I was a Sakamoto manga reader up until like maybe a month or two ago, because it just started to bore me. But the anime, it still has to reach the point to where Sakamoto started to bore me. So yeah, I will be talking about the anime for a while still, because we still have some real hype parts to come. Some of my favorite arcs still coming up and whatnot. So as long as those are getting done justice, expect more Sakamoto talk to come around. But yeah, if you were one of those people that didn't like the first half of Sakamoto and was like, I'm gonna drop this thing, trust me, you can go pick it back up. The second half picks up so much, upgrades so much in animation that I think you can say you would like the show now. And last but certainly not the least, we have KaoruHana, or the Flagrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. And sadly, Netflix fumbled the fucking bag with this one, man. We only just recently got this in America, so if you didn't pirate it or anything and you waited for it to drop on American Netflix, we've only had 4 episodes, or you maybe saw my video on it, then yeah, I hope just from those 4 episodes, or maybe from my video alone, you were able to understand and see the heights that this show can reach. You're able to see the potential that this show has, and I just need you to know that those heights will be hit. We will indeed hit those heights, and I just need you to be prepared for it. Now, Cloverworks this season actually went insane, because Cloverworks having KaoruHana, Dress Up Darling, and Rascal Does Not Dream is insane. That's actually just like Naruto, Dragon Ball, Bleach levels of what are we doing? But that's all from one studio, you know? Imagine if one studio was dropping Naruto, Dragon Ball, and Bleach. You know how insane that would be? So for Cloverworks to be doing that in 2025? All dropping on the same day, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I think Rascals is on Saturday. But KaoruHana and Dress Up Darling dropping on Thursdays? Like that was insane. They had an insane stretch this season. They ran with it. Like, the romance side, you gotta give it to Cloverworks this season. That simple. But yeah, I don't want to talk about this too much, because like I said, some people haven't even seen all of it. So yeah, for the people that did, I hope you enjoyed it. I do think we were done justice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I hope you maybe want to pick up the manga now. The manga's kind of going crazy. I recommend it. I think you should maybe start reading. But yeah, savor the greatness, man. Know that there is more coming. And to the people like me who are caught up to the manga, fuck Toki, man. I'll say it. There, I said it. I fucking said it. Welcome back. I see you have made it to the end of the recap. If anyone actually has made it this far, thank you, honestly. Thank you for making it this far. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. And that means you are now prepared to either go watch some anime on this list, or you're ready to dive into the next season with me as well. The watch list video will be coming up. You may have noticed on some of the shows in the last watch list video were not in this video, so we are going to lock in on the watch list videos from now on to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, some of the shows I kind of just wanted to keep to myself, like Dr. Stone, Unnamed Memory. Is there something else that dropped this season? Call of the Night was one I was going to keep to myself as well, but I just did a little short chat about that one. But yeah, we'll lock in on the watch list videos, make sure those stop happening. Like I said, if you made it to the end, thank you. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget, if you're bored enough, you ever want to read something, I'm making a little screenplay novel thingy. I'll leave that in the description as well. But yeah, guys, I'm out. Peace.